Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and Buffalo Trace Month continues.
Today we're going to find out if E.H. Taylor's Straight Rye can rise to the occasion.
How am I going to do this again?
Today we are putting up E.H. Taylor's Straight Rye whiskey against three budget rye whiskeys.
Yeah.
We want to know, does it really stand that tall against everybody else?
And not just in bottle size, but in flavor too.
Terrific.
I don't particularly like the E.H. Taylor line. But
Horrors.
I know, horrors. But I did get a chance to try the rye last week, and I liked it.
I personally really do enjoy the E.H. Taylor line, the entire line. When we tried that rye recently, we enjoyed it, but how much better is it than the other ryes we have on the shelf? So we chose 300 proof-ish ryes that we think will match up pretty well against it, and we're gonna see just how does the Taylor Straight Rye compare to these other whiskeys.
Pretty considerable price difference.
E.H. Taylor sells for $80 here in Oregon. It's a bottled and bond product, so it's 100 proof. It is suspected that it spends 9 years in the barrel, which gives it complex flavors. There's a lot of oak, which you don't always find on a rye. I just want to note that there's two ryes that we're not including in this tasting. We are not including Knob Creek Rye, even though it's 100 proof and it's affordable, it's in the $30 range. The flavor's really obvious on that one. When you put it against other ryes, you get this peanut flavor, just gonna be too obvious, and we don't want to have our judgment clouded. At the same time, Old Forester Rye sells in the $20 range, it's 100 proof. It really would make a great competitor here. However, once again, that Jolly Rancher candy note, that cherry.
It'd be so obvious.
It's so obvious. We don't want to cloud our opinion of these whiskeys in any way. We are going with whiskeys that we really aren't all that familiar with, that we think are going to stack up pretty well against the Taylor Rye.
Yeah, and two of these I have not had. One I only use for cocktails, and then the other one I just had a couple sips the other day. So it should be fun.
This is going to be a truly blind tasting. So let's get to the competitors. Up first, Colonel E.H. Taylor Straight Rye Bottled and Bond, 100 proof, of course, as we mentioned, likely aged for 9 years, made by Buffalo Trace, and the MSRP is $80. Next up, we have Heaven Hill's Rittenhouse Rye, once again a bottled and bond product, 100 proof, aged for approximately 4 years, sells for about $25. We don't sip this one a lot, but it's our rye whiskey of choice for cocktails. Next up is Old Overholt Bonded Straight Rye Whiskey, so bottled and bond, again 4 years aged. This is a Jim Beam product and it sells for $24. And finally, Wild Turkey 101 Rye. This one is, of course, our highest proof at 101. It's aged for a suspected 4 to 6 years. They do not have an age statement on the bottle. Produced, of course, by Wild Turkey and sells for $28, but that's for a liter. The rest of these are 750 milliliter bottles.
So I am particularly interested in tasting that Wild Turkey 101 because I really do enjoy the Wild Turkey 101 not rye.
Bourbon.
Yeah, the bourbon
Let's call it the not rye for today. That's okay. Everything else is a rye. The red, sure.
And I didn't do any research on any of these,
Same.
so I really don't know what to expect in terms of flavor or finish or anything.
Yeah, we did no research. We did no homework. We're going into this fully blind so that you can watch us completely flail and fail in this challenge.
Maybe we'll rise to the occasion.
Oh, you're in on the fun now. Okay, so we are going to grade these on nose, palate, finish, and ultimately mouthfeel, satisfaction, balance. All those things come into play. We will go right to left on the nose, and then we'll get right to the tasting. Got a lot of work to do, so let's get right to it.
I know.
So this test, we were all about 4 years aged and 100 proof. Obviously, the Wild Turkey 101 is not exactly bottled in bond, and it's not exactly 100 proof, but it's close enough we thought that it would be okay.
Yeah, I'm getting a little apple cider on nose one.
I'd agree with that.
Ooh, sorry, I'm just going real quick.
That's interesting on glass one.
I like the nose on number two.
Oh, glass two has some nice complexity there. Glass two has some oak on it.
Yeah, I like that nose. That's a good nose.
Yeah, that's a pretty nose. After glass two, glass three doesn't really have a ton on it.
Oh,
a little bit of ethanol, a little bit of rye spice, but not a ton. And glass four.
But glass four's got a nice nose.
Yeah, glass four's got something going on.
A little oakiness in there.
Glass four, a touch medicinal.
I got that initially too, and I always say some sort of cleaning product.
What's the stuff that they put on your arm before they draw blood? Antiseptic or something? I don't know. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, probably an antiseptic.
Let's say that's what it is.
Yeah.
I get a hint of that on glass 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a
But
couple
now it's,
notes.
like you said, it went away quick. Now it's all rye spice on here.
Yeah. Oh, now smell glass number 1. Do you know what it smells like? It smells like a Band-Aid.
It's got a little bit of that rubber to it, yeah. That's not altogether unusual on a rye.
Oh, that's funny.
In my experience.
Number 4 is like woodsy medicinal.
Yeah, there's a little bit of rye grain there, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. That morphed in my mouth. I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
It's a slight bit astringent. It's spicy. Cinnamon, clove, sort of a pepperminty finish.
It's almost like a toasted mint or something, like a toasted herb.
I'm not crazy about that
It's
one.
really strange. It is nice and warm.
My tongue is a little bit numb after that one. Should we go for glass 2?
Definitely.
All right, let's check this one out. This was the Great Nose, lots of oak.
Ooh. Oh, I kind of like this one.
Yeah, the mouthfeel is infinitely
Ooh.
better.
The taste of it is really great.
Yeah.
I said that there was like a pink bubble gummy, and then you said oak. It's not obviously like a bourbon cherry fruit type of sweetness, but there is a sweetness undertone there.
I actually thought a hint of cherry on this.
Second.
The oak on this takes you for a bit of a ride. That's really nice. Oak, brown sugar, a little bit of rye spice, and a tiny bit of that mint on the back end, like a spearmint.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I really like that one. It's definitely crushing number 1 on the way out.
Totally agree.
Number 3, this is the one that had no smell.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting something, but I think it's more just like alcohol-y.
Yeah, there's a little bit of ethanol here. Oh, that's surprisingly pleasant.
Well, that kind of hit me. Like a punch of spice right at the beginning, and then it mellowed into like
Punch of spice.
sweetness at the end.
That sounds like a chain restaurant commercial. Get our new spicy chicken. Punch of spice.
Punch of spice, $10.99.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Sounds like-
$19.99. Nothing's $10.99 anymore.
No, I was going to say $10.99 sounds like
Yeah.
a heck of a deal for a punch of spice.
There's something about the initial intake that I don't like.
Intake?
Well, I don't know. I was gonna say the initial sip, but the sip
I've
is the whole
had
thing.
suspicions for a while that you're actually some sort of android. And
Totally.
you say stuff like that, and it makes me think I might be right.
I don't like the initial sip that I get, but I do like once it sits there and finishes. Sounds kind of dirty.
Are you saying this one likes to watch? I think I misunderstood the point of that. There's molasses, there's butterscotch, like a strawberry note, maybe not. It's
I got
subtle.
some sugar on my last sip.
Yeah, I would say some brown sugar there.
It's hot up front,
Yeah?
and then it mellows out. I'm not giving you a real good tasting notes. This is my theme when we do all of these. It takes me a while to like figure things out, I think. The initial go is never a good one for me.
I think you're doing great.
Thanks.
Are you on to glass 4?
I'm going to.
Let's do it.
Oh, this is the woodsy medicinal
Yeah.
grainy one.
The nose is improved on this one. It's opened up a touch.
Ooh, I like this one. There's a lot of spearmint in this one.
Yeah, the rye spice is
Whoa.
the real deal on this one.
Yeah,
Huh.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh,
More
I like
brown
that
sugar
scent.
there. There's vanilla on this one. That's nice. That's a nice treat.
Gosh, there's something sweet in there.
It's sweet. It's got a great mouthfeel too.
Yeah, something real sweet there at the end.
It's like drinking your dessert.
Considering the nose that we had on it, I kind of assumed that it would kind of punch more than some of these other ones, but it's
Yeah.
quite lovely.
Even the mint on that is very gentle. Almost more peppermint than spearmint, but it does sort of hang right on that line.
These are kind of fun only because since I don't have any clue what anything is, ever,
Yeah.
I'm always like,
Well, I thought that I had the Taylor pegged, but the complexity of this one, now I'm upside down. I'm completely lost right now.
oh yeah, I don't know which one the Taylor is.
That's past one, going back the other way. It's always an adventure going back from left to right.
I love going.
The flavors change so much. Glass 3 again, here we go.
I like the nose on this one. See, this one tastes a lot different.
And
Before,
the nose on this one was non-existent.
non-existent.
Before.
It's a
Totally
really
different.
nice one. And I said sugar hot up front mellows. This is real smooth this time through. No heat. Maybe I'm just accustomed to it now.
That butterscotch note on glass 3 is really something.
Yeah.
It almost
Wow.
goes to the side of toffee.
Gosh, I really like this one now. And I
do
thought, I
too.
was like, oh man, that's probably gonna be at the bottom. I know you always like doing these challenges, but they always really throw you for a loop.
Well,
I mean, they're fun.
What else are we going to do with all these bottles?
I don't know, watch a movie.
I watch a movie.
I want to do a good job for you guys. And like half the time,
that nice?
Yeah, half the time I feel like I'm just like, wait, I'm gonna bring it out again. Boop, 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 boop. Like I just
Guns.
don't know what's going on.
She's the gunslinger.
Yeah,
She's taking semi-neat notes this time around. Paying.
I'm not even doing
and
shorthand.
being right. Your vigilance is showing up here.
Well, last time I couldn't
I'm
even
impressed.
read
I hope
notes.
you're impressed.
Ooh, the nose is
Glass two.
really nice on this. I said pink bubble, but now it smells
Did you
just...
say pink bubble butt?
I actually did, but I meant that was a shortened version of bubble gum, and then I was gonna say, but now it, but I just said pink bubble butt. And
All right, let's
finish the sentence.
no more shorthand.
Yeah,
because
okay, so this initially tasted like pink bubble gum, but now it's all caramel on the nose.
light years ahead of the others in mouthfeel. The finish is incredible too. This actually, okay, I'm gonna take a guess here. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think glass 2 is the Taylor. The finish is a Buffalo Trace finish. And I know it sounds crazy because we usually drink their bourbons and their rye really, I wouldn't think that it would taste the same, but something about this glass, the mouthfeel, the experience, that beautiful aroma and the oak, and it coats the tongue and brings so much sweetness to the finish. I honestly, coming back this way, I'm having a hard time thinking that that could be anything but our 9-year aged Taylor.
I think this is the most flavor that I'm pulling out from both directions.
There is something really special about that bottle, and if it's not the Taylor, well, then we just found a $20 killer.
My glasses are almost empty and you have like full glasses already. I think I need to practice in sipping.
Sipping practice?
Yeah, like a video on how to properly sip a whiskey versus whatever I'm doing.
Step 1, put a little bit on your tongue.
Oh no, you had me do that once and I didn't like it.
Let's check out glass 1.
All right. Well, this is that cider Band-Aid one.
Oh man, does this have a weirdness on the back of the tongue now. Do you remember those cookies?
I don't like it.
They were circle shaped, but they had like kind of a twist to them, and then in the middle was a red like jelly, and it was always that chewy red jelly.
Were they like butter cookies?
Yeah, they were like those tin cookies, like the Dutch cookies that we used to get in the Midwest.
Yeah.
And they had like that chewy
Wait, they didn't have
piece
cream in it, right?
No, it was like
I know
a
exactly
red
what you're talking
speck,
about.
like a
Yep.
red dot of jelly on top that was hard to chew.
Yeah.
I'm getting that red dot. That's a real specific tasting note. And for those of you who have had a Wortman cookie, you might know what I'm talking about.
I feel like those were like
that's right.
always at the bake sales. Like your grandma brought them.
I remember getting
I think
that.
a lot
I
of
remember getting
grandma
them at the grocery store.
references. I do love my grandma.
Yeah, grandma's all right.
Yeah.
You know what I love? Old granddad.
We'll show him some love today. Oh no, this
I'm
is
going
a
to.
different old granddad.
I'm gonna show him some
It's
love.
not old granddad. It's old over some
Oh,
over
it's
dad.
Old Overholt. Here's something that I learned. I bought that Old Overholt bottle because I knew it was made by Jim Beam, and I saw the head on it, the guy's likeness on the bottle, and I said, oh man, I wonder if that's Old Granddad. I wonder if Old Overholt and Old Granddad are the same person.
Maybe they're siblings.
Well, I bought the bottle, I brought it home, and here's what I found out. Old Overholt is a gentleman by the name of, I think his name is Abraham Overholt.
Of course it is.
A totally different guy, because Old Granddad is none other than Basil Hayden Sr., and he's got another first name. He's got like 4 names. I don't remember what the first one is, but Basil Hayden Sr. So if you've had Basil Hayden's,
You drank old granddad.
I don't know.
Did I miss the point here?
That doesn't sound accurate. But what I'm saying is previously, I had never seen Old Overholt and Old Granddad in the same place, and I suspected they were the same person. They're not. Now we know.
Good tips.
Yeah. Was
Well,
it?
welcome to the Bourbon Van. We're here for all the obscure knowledge.
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
are now more uninformed than you were previously.
Yeah, it's like.
I hope you're drinking along.
What's the dodgeball reference? The Ocho? We're like the Ocho for bourbon.
We are absolutely, we are the Ocho for bourbon. Print that. That's the most accurate thing that's ever been said on this channel.
I'm doing my like quick review of them. It's like I got a little distracted by the Ocho.
Sure. How could you not be?
I am very much enjoying Glass 4.
Ooh, there is such a beautiful nose on Glass 4.
I don't understand why I like medicinal things. Of course, I love like green tea, and that's like a pretty medicinal-y kind of thing, right?
Well, I mean, it's,
Green.
yeah,
I'm starting to narrow them down
same.
for these people, so we're not here all day, every day.
Going back to glass number 2 to see how that finish compares.
I like that. Ooh, I do like number 2. Ooh.
There is no bitterness on number 2. It is all oak on the finish, and it goes on forever.
I'm going to tell you that number 2 and number 4, they're going to be my number 1 and number 2.
I will say that glass number 2 for me, dominant. It is a runaway train. None of these are even coming close,
What? Oh, good. Yeah.
which is crazy.
I feel like I approach these tastings like I've approached all of my educational tests,
That's not
where
good.
I second guess myself the entire time. Oh, yeah, it's not good. Scantron.
Scantron?
And they were like, the odds of it being B are pretty high.
Talking about Scantron test?
Scantrons.
You might be an android. Glass 3 is pretty spicy, a lot of cinnamon on the finish. Not super comfortable on the back end, I'm finding out. It's not my favorite finish.
I actually just drank that, and did you see the face that I was giving? And I was sort of trying to think about it, and I was like, and then I looked down and I placed that in my number 3 position. And I'm like, wait. So I'm ready, and I'm gonna say that if it was like rye or die time.
Oh, snap.
There's 2 that I would move forward with, put them on the shelf and keep them there, and I think they're really delicious. And 2 that I'd be okay if I didn't have ever again.
I would actually agree
Unless
with that.
one is the Rittenhouse, and I forgot the Rittenhouse was actually in this.
I actually didn't think of it until you just said it.
If one is the Rittenhouse, then it's the reason that it always goes into my cocktail.
Yeah.
You were always such the gentleman, and you let me go through it, and mine are always like upside down and crazy. So I'm gonna say, what's your number 4?
Rye, are you so sweet?
I kind of like pretend like I hate the rye puns, but I do like them.
You can't hide from who you are. My number 4 is glass number 3.
Oh, and that was my number 3rd.
Okay, number 3.
That was my number 3, sorry.
Perfect.
My 4th place was number 1.
Okay, so we just went back and forth on those, and I think we feel the same way. Glass 3 and glass 1 fell to the bottom for us.
I thought they were fine.
I actually thought that glass 1 was not terrible, but then the longer this challenge went on, the more I compared it to the others, it kept sinking lower. It never got to the bottom, but it kept getting close. 2
and 4 were like far superior in my opinion.
Let's look at glass 3 first.
Yep.
I've got A.
Yep.
A is the Rittenhouse.
Oh, so that makes sense. I put that in 3rd.
And I did in dead last,
Yeah, which makes sense because it's just
not a huge
mixer.
surprise.
If it's in the house, it's going in my old fashioned.
Your 4th place, my 3rd place was glass 1. We've got, the hell's that? D.
D, yep. I know, it doesn't look like a D, sorry.
Rough.
This is why you always do the pours, not me.
D is the Old Overholt. A couple days ago, I poured a glass of this.
Yeah.
And I was really enjoying it neat. No water, no anything. Just poured a glass and sipped it and found it extremely satisfying on its own. So surprised to see it in 3rd here, or 4th for you. Surprised to see it falling so far behind. Never had that in a cocktail, but I bet it'd be great.
Yeah, I agree.
What was your 2nd place?
What was your 2nd place?
Oh, you are such a doll.
I know.
2nd place for me was glass number 4.
Me too.
We did it.
We were so close on this one.
So close.
Yeah. That is a C.
It's a C. Mine is a coiled up snake. Let's see what we got. Coiled up snake
This will be interesting.
That's the turkey. That's Wild Turkey 101 Rye.
It was really good. And it was close for me because I very, 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 very much enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
There was just something a little bit extra about glass number 2 that kind of that put it over the edge, like from start to finish, that I really enjoyed. I would be so happy as a daily drinker for this one.
I actually kind of had an inkling of what this was because it was the last one that I tasted.
Yeah.
The longer I sit here, the more the cinnamon is bubbling up, which is for me always been a hallmark of the Wild Turkey brand. So like you said, a nice sipper. You said that these were pretty close. For me, glass 2 is easily the class of the field. Not just good, but actually great. Now I'm sort of, I wanted to be angry at the price point, and now I kind of understand it.
No, and I did mention that going into this, that it's like the one Taylor product that I really enjoyed.
Mm-hmm. The nose is the first place this one excels, and it excels by a huge margin. On the palate, it excels, and on the finish, it excels. But the nose sets this one apart so rapidly that before we even started, I kind of felt like this one was over.
From start to finish, like you just can pick out a lot more detail and a lot more flavors in there.
Taylor's Straight Rye, look at you.
You did.
Apparently worth the money if you're going to be sipping your rye. Really, really quality whiskey. This is super good stuff.
And if you're looking for a daily drinker rye, hey, that Wild Turkey's not bad.
Not bad at all. And that's $27. Keep in mind, for a liter, look at the size of that bottle.
I know.
That's a liter for $27. Not too shabby.
And I'm gonna say I'm really happy because I know people love Taylor, and I just have not gotten on the train with that one. I'm happy to find something that I liked. And again, I'm gonna say how much I'm really enjoying the ryes this year.
How about it?
They're
I was waiting for it. I knew it was coming.
They're just really good.
We really enjoyed this whiskey. Very flavorful, super satisfying. The mouth feels incredible. In a lot of ways, every single aspect of this particular whiskey was better than every other whiskey on the table. So it deserves that top spot.
It does.
The amount you spend for this bottle now makes a lot more sense. I'm looking forward to enjoying a lot more of that in the future. We're not going to mix that into stuff. That's our sipper.
Kind of excited to try that old, this is such a hard name to say, but the Old Overholt, what is it called?
Holt.
Oh, the Old Overholt? Terrible name.
No, no.
Yeah. Old Overholt.
You're putting an R on it. I just want to get it. I just want to hear it once.
Overholt?
Oh, you nailed it.
Overholt. It's a terrible name, by the way. It's like impossible to say.
It's an actual guy.
He's dead. So we're. I'm excited to try them.
You're not wrong. It's going to be a great cocktail bottle, I'm sure. Well, we learned a little bit today.
Yeah.
You probably didn't, but we appreciate you being along for the ride.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you've just learned tons.
Look at all the hot takes we provided you with today. This stood up really, really aggressively against those other 100 proof ryes that were all in the $20 range. So it's probably not a surprise to a lot of people, but to us it was a bit of a surprise. So let us know, what do you think of this bottle? What are you buying instead of this bottle? And we look forward to seeing your comments on that.
And if you're a rye guy or gal, check out our other rye video.
Right.
Phil's got a lot of puns in that, baby.
Yeah, look, the other video I prepared my rye puns for.
Totally.
And this one I didn't, but that's all rye, because I still think that we accomplished a lot. If you thought that this video had the rye stuff,
oh boy.
like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video from us. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, well, I'm glad I saved some of this glass too for the end.
Yeah.
From wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers.